Now we will deal with some terms related with turbines like a specific speed, unit speed means a specific speed, unit quantities, model and prototype, and various curves. So first of all, a specific speed. So specific speed of a turbine is the speed of the geometrically similar turbine to produce unit power under unit head. Okay, ns is equal to n into root p by h to the power 5 by 4. Okay, this is a dimensionless quantity, means a specific speed does not have a dimension, it will have only value. Okay, so it is a dimensionless quantity. So a specific speed of a turbine is the speed of a geometrically similar turbine. Geometrically similar means length, breadth, height same. Okay, all the parameters will be same as that of the turbine that has been compared. So a speed of a turbine is the speed of a geometrically similar turbine to produce unit power under unit head. Okay, so ns is equal to n. N is the speed, p is power root p, and h is head. Okay, h to the power p by 4. Turbines are based on a specific speed. Okay, which type of turbine you will have to use or you will install at a particular location will depend on ns. Okay, whatever the ns value you will be getting as per your power requirement and head available and rpm, you will decide which turbine you have to choose. So a specific speed for Piltonville is less than 50, for Francis less than 300, and greater than 300 for Kaplan. Now model and prototype. Okay, so you have made a prototype and you want to check it, so you will make a model of it and you will check the model made on various parameters. So we have already seen this in the dimension analysis chapter also, that model and prototype are judged on kinematic similarity, geometrical similarity, and dynamic similarity. Okay, so three conditions were there, that geometrical similarity, kinematic similarity, and dynamic similarity. So in turbines also we see only these three similarity, but here we do that similarity operation based on these quantities. Okay, so first one is a scale ratio, means ratio of the diameters. Okay, then we have head coefficient, means ratio of net head by diameter of the blades ka whole square into rpm, means a speed of rotation in a square. Discharge coefficient is discharge d cube into n. N is rpm, d is diameter, q is discharge. Okay, power coefficient, p is power, d to the power 5 n cube. Okay, a specific speed ns we have already seen, ns is equal to n root p by h to the power 5 by 4. P is power, h is net head. Then we have Reynolds number, vd by mu. V is velocity of flow, d is diameter of the pipe in case of circular pipes. If it's a non-circular pipe, it will be characteristic length, lc is equal to 4a by p. Okay, and this is kinematic viscosity. Okay, this is in the Reynolds number, the denominator is kinematic viscosity, meter square per second. Okay, now also q by d square into root h is equal to constant, and p by d square h into root h is equal to constant. You can do this also. Okay, also in terms of force we have fp, p for prototype, m for model. So rho p by rho m into lp by lm का whole square into vp by vm का whole square. So lp by lm is a scale ratio, vp by vm is velocity ratio, and rho p by rho m is density ratio. Okay, now we will have unit quantities. So unit quantities are used for checking various quantities that we will get if we vary the head in the same turbine. Okay, So if you change the head, then what will happen with the rotation? Okay, means the n rpm. Okay, so what will happen to the rpm if you change the head? So what will happen with the discharge if you change the head? What will happen with power if you change the head? Okay, so these values we obtain from unit quantities. Okay, so h is head and n, q, p are respectively unit speed, unit discharge and unit power. Now cavitation. So cavitation occurs when local pressure falls below the vapor pressure. Okay, you know already that when this happens, the boiling starts. Okay, when the pressure is equal to vapor pressure, the boiling starts. Boiling starts means bubble will start forming. So bubble will start forming, then these bubbles will collapse when the pressure will once again increase at some point, then bubble will collapse. So this bubble will collapse and impact on the tube and cause cavitation. So cavitation occurs when local pressure falls below a vapor pressure, and then bubbles will form which will burst at some other point in the pipe. So for checking the cavitation, we have Thomas cavitation factor. Okay, so Thomas cavitation factor is sigma is equal to HA minus HS minus HV minus HF by H. So HA is available head, means gross head or available head we have, minus suction head HS, minus HV means vapor pressure head, and minus HF means head loss due to friction, and by H which is net head. Now these all the numerator terms are known as net positive suction head, and this is net head, H is net head. So in terms of pressures, we have PA by rho g, PS by rho g, PV by rho g, minus Z and minus HF. Okay, P is pressure, rho is density, G is gravity, 9.81 meter per second square. Okay, Z is height and HF is head loss due to friction. So for no cavitation, we have sigma is greater than sigma critical. Okay, means critical cavitation factor. And for cavitation will happen when sigma is equal to 0. When this sigma will be equal to 0, then cavitation will occur. It's not written here, you write it here. Then when sigma is equal to 0, the cavitation will start. Okay, means boiling will start and bubbles will form when sigma is equal to 0. Cavitation occurs when sigma is equal to 0. Now we will have various curves. First, in main characteristic curve, which are called constant head curves, means these curves are drawn at constant head. Okay, all these curves are drawn at constant head. So first curve is unit discharge versus unit speed, and second curve is efficiency versus unit speed. Okay, so first graph is for Pelton wheel or impulse turbine, and second one is for reaction turbine, and which the efficiency curve is for all. Okay, so unit discharge versus unit speed of Pelton or impulse turbine is a straight line, while for a reaction turbine the unit discharge versus unit speed is going up for Kaplan turbine and going down for Francis turbine, and efficiency is first linearly moving upwards and then going downwards for all, whether it's an impulse turbine or reaction turbine. Now operating characteristic curves, main characteristic curves are over. So operating characteristic curves. So operating characteristic curves are called constant speed curves. Means these graphs are drawn at constant speed. Okay. So first one is efficiency versus discharge, and second one is head versus discharge. Okay. So this one is overall efficiency or power. You can put this on this axis, whether it's a overall efficiency or power, you can put in not this axis, while on x axis we have discharge. This curve is for all, it follows like this, that efficiency is like this, and power output is like this. Power output is linearly increasing while efficiency decreases after a few time. Also, head versus discharge is above for Kaplan turbine and below for Francis turbine, and both are decreasing as the discharge increases. Both head and head decreases for Kaplan and Francis. Now third one is just a definition that isoefficiency curves or constant efficiency curves are also known as Missel curves. Okay, no big deal. Just asked one mark question, so I have written it. So thank you.